Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we bring you the latest news and updates from around the world. We have a lot to cover, so let's dive right in. We're starting with a developing story in the Middle East, where tensions between the US and Iran are escalating once again. Over the weekend, Iran launched drone and missile attacks on Kuwait and Bahrain, two key US allies in the Persian Gulf. The attacks came after U.S. forces conducted strikes against multiple Iranian targets, citing violations of a ceasefire agreement. The situation is complex, with both sides trading blame and accusations. President Trump has threatened Iran's existence, saying that if they continue to violate the ceasefire, the U.S. will take further action. Iran, on the other hand, has vowed to defend itself and its interests in the region. The attacks have also raised concerns about the fragile ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon, which was brokered by the U.S. just days ago. The deal aimed to end hostilities between the two countries, but it is unclear how the latest developments will affect its implementation. We want to emphasize that this is a rapidly evolving story, and we will continue to bring you updates as more information becomes available. It's essential to approach this topic with nuance and understanding, recognizing the complexities and sensitivities involved. As we navigate this complex geopolitical landscape, it's crucial to consider multiple perspectives and avoid simplistic or biased narratives. We'll strive to provide balanced coverage, highlighting the key issues and concerns at play. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're diving into a complex and intriguing story that's unfolding in the Middle East. The United States president has sparked controversy by suggesting that Syria could play a role in intervening against Hezbollah in Lebanon. This proposal has been met with skepticism by many experts, who argue that Syria is not in a position to take on such a task, given its own internal challenges and the need to rebuild after years of civil war. To break it down, Hezbollah, a militant group based in Lebanon, has been involved in the regional conflict triggered by the US-Iran war. Meanwhile, Syria's new leaders have stated their desire to remain outside of any regional conflict and focus on rebuilding their country. However, some are concerned that Syria's intervention could lead to further instability in the region. It's essential to consider the historical context and the complex dynamics at play here. The relationship between Lebanon and Syria is deeply intertwined, with memories of Syrian occupation still fresh in many Lebanese minds. Any potential intervention by Syria would need to be carefully considered, taking into account the potential risks and consequences for all parties involved. As we explore this story further, it's crucial to approach it with nuance and balance, recognizing the various perspectives and interests at stake. We'll continue to monitor developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. In the midst of this complex geopolitical landscape, one thing is clear: the situation in the Middle East remains volatile and unpredictable. As we navigate these challenging times, it's essential to stay informed and engaged, considering multiple viewpoints and analyzing the facts carefully. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, let's take a look at the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Reports are emerging of a significant escalation in drone attacks on Russian energy infrastructure. According to sources, Ukraine has targeted several oil refineries and pipelines, including the Slavyansk-on-Kuban oil refinery, which is one of the largest in southern Russia. The Russian Defense Ministry claims to have intercepted over 200 Ukrainian drones in multiple regions, including Moscow. These attacks have resulted in damage to infrastructure as well as casualties, with at least one person reported killed and several injured. It's worth noting that Ukraine has been targeting Russian energy infrastructure in retaliation for Russian strikes on its civilians and energy infrastructure. The conflict has been ongoing since 2014, with both sides suffering significant losses. As the situation continues to unfold, it's essential to consider the humanitarian impact of these attacks. Civilians on both sides are bearing the brunt of the conflict, with many forced to flee their homes or live in constant fear of violence. The international community has called for a peaceful resolution to the conflict, but so far, a lasting ceasefire has proven elusive. As the situation remains volatile, it's crucial to stay informed and engaged. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay engaged.